Rwanda has gone through a very tragic situation, particularly the genocide that took place in 1994. So what makes us believe that this country has a future is the inspiration that came out of the leadership. You know, there were two choices to make just after the genocide. Either to keep up the spirit that was there of division between Rwandans, of relying on whoever was driving, the politics of this country at the time, or to feel that we are the owner of this country, and therefore, if we need a better future, we should take the lead and make sure that Rwandans believe, no matter which ethnic group they come from, or which region they come from, or which language they use, they are first and foremost Rwandans. And the future of this country rely on their belief, on their efforts to make this country what you see today, and also hope for a better future. I think that's really what I see as a big difference that has happened. Today, I see these young people that are coming back from United States and other places. The only fact that they can be supported to go to some of the best universities in the world, where they have many choices, they can go elsewhere, but they decide to come. It's telling me that I think we are now getting fruits of decisions that were made just after the genocide. Now people have understood that they have an identity, they have a dignity, no matter how much or how many problems that we still to deal with, but at least we are the owner of this country, and the future depends on how much we'll be able to engage and deliver. As Rwanda is looking to an economic growth that is led by private sector, the need to make sure that we supply qualified manpower has been really a critical issue that we really had to consider in this perspective. Among some of the reforms that took place in this country was the establishment of the Rwanda Development Board that promote businesses, particularly focusing on the key sectors of our economy, including infrastructure, particularly energy, mining, agriculture, particularly the modern agriculture, hospitality and tourism, information technology, and others. All these sectors require skills at different levels. And the great number is really on vocational and technical skills. And that's why we've decided to invest as a country in vocational education, starting by reforming the education and the technical and vocational skills. We normally work through three major principles as far as education is concerned. So we have access is so important, so provide education and vocational to as many people, and particularly young people, as possible. Indeed, we need to raise the quality of education, is so critical, but also the relevance, making sure that we align ourselves to what the labor market needs. Technology is changing every day. And we know it's quite costly for our training providers to be able to change technology of training materials. So there are two things that we're doing in this perspective. One important thing, starting from a policy, we've initiated what we call workplace learning policy that allow companies themselves to establish training wing within the companies, so that when they actually acquire a new technology, they are able to train their own people, but also open up opportunities for young people that are still in school to participate in what we call industrial attachment. So that's really very important, but we really need to keep sensitizing companies to understand that unless they contribute to raise the skill set, school themselves cannot do that. So there's really a continuous engagement that we need to see from the private sector to make sure that they play their part, to make sure that we get qualified people in this perspective.